It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
In the course of the game, we focus on the offense and the defense, and we give lip service to the special teams. It's way bigger than that. The third phase of any football team, and special teams provided the spark to begin this game.
Smith going to go to the air first play. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Bashal Turton with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught. Royals with it. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there for KC. 58 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Smith trying to run for it. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Jalen Royals, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 7. The game at 7.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but...
And some space here. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yellow.
Inside handoff, Smith. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
You look at this Raiders defense.
They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Holding them to 13 was pretty good. But this week, I expect it to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Now Mahomes.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
In motion, the tight end. Smith now to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bush. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
Here we go. Cowboys!
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, these two teams met in Vegas earlier in the season with the Raiders winning that ball game. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Here's White.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
They'll send Mitchell in motion right. They'll try the air now with Smith.
They'll try and set up the screen to Tootin. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Gino now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. And Bert's on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down and 6. Now here's Mahomes. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, and that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Throwing is Smith.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll get this up to right around the 8-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. From the gun, here's Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw, Smith. Now he's going to step up and run. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Gino. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. That strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. White running to the left. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 69 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Right back to him on first down. Down to the 25. B.J. Ojulari able to make the stop.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. And the tight end goes in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And his kick is indeed good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Mahomes.
Pass complete to Royals.
And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play there for KC. 49 yards. Mahomes now to throw. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Smith up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Yellow, yellow. 15. What's that?
Smith is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on third and goal. Try to punch it in with Smith. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Butker's kick here is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room. Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
There we go. Check 59, cover. 53. Strike.
Now Gino. It's caught. Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And now here's a carry heading left. 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
There we go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Bashal Tutin
With his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
The extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. And that is incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
In fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Pass to the right side, hauled in by Royals. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Third and 2. He'll look to throw. Going up top. And this is going to be intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
After the interception, here's Smith. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And he's taken down. Chiefs sack. B.J. Ojulari getting in there and dropping him. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw. Past the 20. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Mahomes will do it himself. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere. Run there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Smith catches left side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That is caught. He finds Royals. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Yellow. What's that?
Throwing now is Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here we go now with Smith. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Rashard Smith, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are back within a score. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
An extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Chiefs 17. Harrison Butker to kick off 14th City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell. He's to the 15. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Adonai Mitchell, 61 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. extra point splits the uprights. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chiefs 17.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started it.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the third quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick six.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle, so who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person who just ended up in the end zone with the football, he was the one that answered the bell.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties, and then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. A big pickup of 38.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now here's Mahomes. Caught on the slant. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Raiders 34. Chiefs 24. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
13 it.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
They'll get this to about the 38.
Hey, if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now it's Smith. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for Las Vegas. First down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
13 next. Good shot. Hold.
Here's Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They're going to snap this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Smith now to throw. Got his man. It's Thornton. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
There we go. Do we know the shot?
And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The offense on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's caught. Royals with it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jalen Royals, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Chiefs 31. Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Geno now to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And Smith able to move the chains before sliding down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanket his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Bashal Tutin, 35 yards. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
2nd and 16 at the 29-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. That is caught. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
That's good for Kansas City.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
Mahomes going to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 41. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now he's into the clear again. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Bashal Tutin, 58 yards. And the Raiders are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2.
13 next.
The Raiders will line up for the
Gino's going to throw. And this is going to be caught. So they have 2 more in the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Chiefs 31.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 42-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Jalen Royals, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Lonnie Johnson picks it. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
First down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing now, Smith. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, 2 good plays on this one, Brandon. The first one at the quarterback because the pressure affected his throw, and I think it forced him to throw away from his designated target. And how about the second bit of pressure downfield? Receiver going up for the pass, helped him force that incompletion.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Boy, took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brock Bowers, 29 yards. And the Raiders tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Pass complete to Royals. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They'll look to throw here. To the left side, he's got Royals. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and
The
goal
chain
at
gang
the
hustling to
8-yard line.
catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now it's Mahomes again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And that will force a turnover on downs. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Smith going to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
To throw is Smith. He's got a man complete. Big strides. Look at him go. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome. Put a little whipped cream on top to their end there.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
They thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. In a division game, it's usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Raiders, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will head back home next week.